Yeah, I got the new sweeper cell graphic going on.
Sweeper cell.
Excited about that. All right. So before we hop into it, um, here's how we did last week. I I
Oh God.
realized Ty and I are like opposites on how we bet, and then Kaizen's kind of in the middle. But I got 2 of 10 right, so I did the worst out of last week. Kaizen got 4 of 10 right. Ty, congratulations, you were the winner of last week's sleeper cell. You got
Oh,
6 out of 10 right.
Hell yeah. Congrats, Ty.
hey, I saw all the red, and I'm looking at this like I was bringing up the caboose. Let's go, step it
Yeah,
up,
no,
fellas.
you front run all the people selling last week, so congrats on that. The
Hey,
only problem was we all the big ticket stuff that ended up doing bad, so that put us all in negative on ETH. But hey, you live and you learn. I thought that was just a
it's
funny thing
funny
to
too
throw in there.
because those rare pay pays doubled and then what halved all in a week. So
Right, we
that,
were down bad
that
the
was
day after the sweeper
hey,
cell came out.
Yeah, they
hey,
went up to at least one, right? Just over one.
yeah, I was down hella
Hmm.
bad on that call. Daddy-o let me know about it too.
Yeah, he's let everybody know, man.
Yeah,
But
I'm glad that we had
man,
him here telling us that we were wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. At least the alpha's right in front of us. Like I'm okay like when I miss one if I know about it. It's the ones that I don't know about and miss that really grind my gears because I'm like, it wasn't even on my fucking radar. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
and I
Yeah.
man, I still think a lot of people are going to get wrecked on those rare Pepes, man. The rare eight Pepes.
Yeah.
Just I think everybody wants to believe, man. When you're holding that bag, you're like, yeah, this time it's different. It's different. It's different. And you can come up. I know I can be creative as to why something's going to be different. And man, unfortunately, I'm going to keep saying it. I think it's just another derivative. And
Yep.
I hope that people are taking profits on it right now at point 0.5.
I hope so. I know a lot of people who got in way before this and they're probably still 10x. So hopefully
For
they can make it
sure.
happen.
Yeah, there's people that are making money, man, and just who is it, BitBoy? Like he broke even, he sold and made some profit. That's the way you play it, man. But there's a lot of people that FOMO buy and probably bought in at that 1 ETH range or
Yep.
0.75
Yep.
range.
Yep. Or tried to catch their second or third at the top.
Yep,
That's
Yes.
exactly.
the dagger.
RIP to that one guy that sold his mutant and bought one for like 6.9 ETH.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that's not great.
Clown
Yeah,
world.
yeah, and he even said it. He's like, "Look, this is probably not going to age well, but no, it didn't, and it's going to get worse."
It didn't even take a week for that to age poorly.
No,
That shit aged poorly within seconds, fam. I'm sorry.
As soon as he hit post tweet, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
already.
Like I could feel the regret coming through the computer screen.
Yep.
man, yeah, that's one. God, man, like that kind of thing, like might have like started the sell off when people are like, "What?" Like, no. When you lay it side by side against the mutants, then it becomes very clear that
Hmm.
one thing is something different than the other.
Yep.
Yeah, that's big top signal. But I'm kind of curious what he sold that mutant for because it's probably he could probably buy it back right now and
Bro,
then have more ETH than he started
I think
with.
it was like 14, 14.9, 14.6 or something like that.
Okay, so he's not down that bad.
No,
But
probably not down bad, but
yeah, we'll see what the mutant floor is in just a second. But to get Sweeper Cell kicked off here, we got Bored Ape Yacht Club, 79 floor price. I don't know why I just clicked that. I would buy these personally. I think even though the market's bad right now, um, pretty much every project is getting hit hard. I think Bored Apes are kind of moving like a luxury asset where they're kind of dodging all the carnage in the market, even compared to mutants. Mutants are getting hit harder than Bored Apes. Going back to that one list that Ty you brought up earlier.
yeah, mutants are
So yeah,
getting
I think
killed, fam. They're like
I
a
think for me,
6-to-1 ratio.
yeah. But yeah, I think Bored Apes are a buy right here. I think as far as store value goes, that's what I'm looking for, and I would be buying at 79. Ty, you want to kick us off next?
Whew. I got some pressure just to keep these stats going. You know what I'm saying? 79. Yeah, I don't know. We're talking about an announcement coming and this and that. I'm gonna buy these. And now that I know that we've got a whole week in between, yeah, paper. Hold on, real quick. I need some transparency here with these numbers. When are you grabbing those stats from?
I grabbed them an hour before we started the podcast.
All right, bet. I'm definitely banking on a higher floor price in a week.
Hell yeah! All right, we got 2 sweeps, Kaizen.
Okay, so Ty, I'm coming after Ty for the lead next week, and really the way I've been looking at this, and it's just been in alignment with the way I'm kind of building my portfolio. I'm trying to trade less and just kind of do the long-term holds. Now I'm looking at this 1 week horizon. If I'm looking at Bored Apes floor price from 1 week from now, I think it's going to be lower. So I'm going to sell it. Yeah, I'm going to sell it. I think that it's a risky move because when they move quick. But I think, man, if you're really going to try and degen, like you could just wait it out. And at some point between now and next week, I think they're going to still be lower. I don't think that announcement's going to come this week. Do we have any nice floor apes though? I'm just curious. What's on the floor right now?
Let's see what we got.
Let's check it out. We'll see if the crazy eyes are on the floor, then that's a pretty good sign.
Yeah, that's the bottom signal. Not really, man. We've got a few in there, but once you see like 4 lined up in a row, that's the buy signal.
That's the buy signal.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say this double army right here seems like it should not be on the floor.
Yeah, double army's nice. You got that zombie smoking too right underneath, and
I like the cowboy. Yeah, I like the cowboy with and of course, man, you can't go wrong with Bunny Gang right there. Like that's clean, right? With the bloodshot eyes.
Bunny Gang is fire. And orange.
Yeah, that's Orange Gang. I think that's Arklegger. I think that might be his. Yeah, that's nice.
Notice the competitive edge in Kaizen as soon as we figured out the rules.
I want to
not going to get any more wrong.
Well, we'll see. I only got a couple right last week, so we'll see.
I love it.
Hey, you doubled up on me.
I'm shooting 60%, man. That's pretty damn
good.
I
wish my portfolio last week was shooting 60%. You know what I mean? Sheesh.
That's funny. All right. So number 2 for this week, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, 13.69. I'm buying these just to, I got to stay consistent. If I'm going to buy Bored Apes, I'm going to buy Mutants. I think the ratio got fucked up yesterday. Bored Apes are like almost 6 times the price of Mutants. I don't think that's right. It's historically it's been like what 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah.
So the ratio's off. I'm buying these.
I gotta second that for all the same reasons.
Well, I agree. I mean, I think the ratio is wrong, and I think there is a chance that this could move up against. I mean, obviously, it's a lower entry point at 13.69 versus 70, whatever the apes are. Oh, gosh, man, I'm gonna flip this one. I'm gonna buy these. I think that lower entry point gives it a better chance that it could start to move before the apes. I'm gonna go ahead and buy and flip it.
I like it. That's how I know you were close on the Bored Apes.
Yeah, man, it's tough. I mean, you guys are right. I mean, it just takes one announcement, and both of those are just going to go nuts.
Right.
And, man, the M2 thing kind of drives me crazy, too. Like, I don't know how you guys feel about the M2 collection, but I think all in all, personally, I love it. Like, it used to be a lot more of a difference between the floor of M1s versus M2s. And I think, man, like the dope M2s, I put them like just like one notch below like the megas. Like there are some sick M2s, and just the market just doesn't value M2s right now. I don't hold any anymore because of that. But man, that might be another buy at some point that, if we're looking long term, just having a sick M2 with that smaller collection, I think it's 5K M2s total. Like that might be a nice like long-term hold if you could find something really, really sick.
Yo, I agree. I think that at some point in the future, whether that's the series or a game or staking, like there's a reason there's a smaller supply, and the market has kind of priced them in at this point, unless they're hella dope and not much of a difference. They trade the same, but I feel like M2's like, I don't know, they're gonna have like more HP points or like you know what I mean, like more strength, just something more staking ability, or I can just see it at some point, and I think a lot of people are going to scramble at some point. I think we'll see the floor and M2s go up.
I like that take. I think they really do need something that meaningfully separates them from M1, because right now, if
Yep.
you own a M2 and you're trying to trade it, it's very hard to find exit liquidity for price, basically, because people are only trying to look for floor M1s if they're trying to just get into the collection. But the M2s do look cool, and I could definitely see Yuga doing something like that in the future.
Yeah,
With
you know what I
like
mean?
higher staking or something like that.
Or it costs them less points to travel around other side or something like that.
Yeah, and I feel like stuff like that's what's coming with other side, because they are going to make it. They do have like an in-game. They're going to make it with incentives for everybody to do things, and why not gamify your collection with all the different like there's different levels of these things, so you can get to the lore, and we know that they're storytellers, so I think
Yep.
that's probably something that they've thought about before, at the bare minimum.
They had to.
Absolutely. All right, so number 3 on the week, while we're on the topic, other deeds are at 1.75 right now. Last week we talked about the other deeds, and they were at 2.16. So that's down 0.4 in a week. I'll start us off. I was looking at the analytics a little bit ago. There's still so many people that are trying to list these things between like 1.9 and 2, and there's just too many of those for me. So I'm selling these this week. What about you, Ty?
Same page, fam. I think that these are gonna kind of keep dropping and probably even get close to 1. So as long as I see them above like 1, 2, I'm probably selling.
Agreed. Yeah, sell. Definitely think we're going to keep pulling back.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's conflicting because like I just paid big money for one of these things, but
Well,
I
you
just
gotta
really
go to
don't see
that.
the value there on these floor ones,
Yeah.
as compared to like something that is more desirable and more rare within the collection, that people like the holders of the rare stuff realize their value, so they're not gonna just dump it right now, whether it's undervalued or not. Or yeah, I don't know. That's how I'm thinking about the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I think that's solid. I mean, you also got the biogenic swamp coda, bro. So it's not a floor piece. Sweeper cell is primarily floor pieces, you know.
Facts. Cool. That one was pretty quick. I feel like we talk about them every week, so not worth spending too much time on them this time. But Clone X wasn't even in the top 10 last week when we were doing this.
Oh wow! So they bounced up.
Yeah, I saw there was a couple people in my Discord that bought these. They got their first one a couple ago, which is really cool to see. I actually, besides Yuga Labs, the only team that I'm bullish on is Artifact in the Clone X team. So at 7 ETH is a definite buy for me. Do y'all agree?
I'm going to have to sell. I think, again, we're just in that phase where people are wanting, maybe it's the ETH pump, and I think there is probably still a correlation there. Like, I think people want to have some liquidity, and they want to have ETH. And without an announcement, which I think is what drives everything pumping, I think we're going to keep pulling back. And unless you know about some secret announcement that's coming up, I think it's going to be a little bit lower next week.
I wish I had that kind of info. I would for sure insider trade on Sleeper Cell.
Dude, this one's kind of right in the middle here. What they get to? They were down to like 6 and some change, huh?
Yeah, I think it was about 6.5 yesterday, somewhere around there.
It's only sweep or sell. There's no such thing as a hold, huh? So I'll probably 7? I don't know. Artifact, Nike, do they have anything up their sleeve? How did that hoodie go? Why are they pumping right now? Why are they up? It's like,
It's kind of just like a bounce from the low. And I think a lot of collections are like that. Like even the mutants, I think we're in the 12s yesterday at some point.
oh, you know, I'm going to sell just because I think there's probably better places to put my money.
And man, I'm looking at the last two sales. Like we've had two sales in the last hour, and they're both under 7, like 6.5 and 6.7. Like, and sometimes, I mean, that's that extra step of due diligence. Like, you can look at the floor of any item, man, but sometimes those last sales will tell you more than the actual floor.
Yep. Or when that volume spikes because a bunch of people accepted their offers or one person swept, like that makes a big difference.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, there's two reasons to get on that volume top 10. It's either you're going up quickly or you're going down quickly. And so, yeah, that's not the best metric to tell you how well something's doing.
Yeah, that's really true. And then another point about the Clone X, it's going against the whole sweep thing that I just said, but there are twice as many of these NFTs as compared to these other blue chip collections. So that's twice as many that people can sell and dump to just accept those offers that are down there. So not really what you want to see if you want to get a price rebound. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll have to check back in on this next week. All right, so Rare Apepe is everybody's favorite NFT collection this month.
Sell them.
At 0.5, I think we
I'm
can probably.
selling. Yeah.
Hey, just get them off the shelves. It doesn't matter. Discount, on sale, like whatever. Sell them.
Yep. If you're in profit, sell them. If you're already down,
cut your loss.
Be less down bad. Yeah. Just get less. Accept this 0.45 offer right here.
Thank me
exactly. And I'm looking at the last sales, man. They had a 1 ETH sale on something just about 15 minutes ago. I guess it's a 3D. But I mean, yeah, man, that guy whoever sold that is really, really smart.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Daddio ended up flipping his. He was trying to get rid of a cheetah one with robot eyes. Be curious to see if he got out of that position or not. Daddio, if you're in chat, let us know. All right, so it seems like we're all selling these. Sorry. I don't really have anything else to say on these. I think we've pretty much got it all out there.
Yeah. I think we've talked about that on Spaces, on the podcast last week. Yeah, we've covered our thoughts, I think.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be a new one. So ENS was in the top 10. I pulled up ENS Vision over here. I kind of want to do this for the 999 Club. So right now, for those who aren't familiar, ENS domains are those .eth addresses. If you have a number that's like 000, basically a triple digit number, that's part of the 999 Club. So it'd be like 999.eth, 123.eth, any combination of numbers like that. Right now, the floor on these is 20 ETH.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Go to the activity. Let's see what the last few sales have been. Offer accepted for 17. Okay.
Yeah, so there is some pretty decent activity. All within the day, we've had sales from 17.76 all the way up to 17.64 all the way up to 24.88 just for these numbers.
Damn.
Which is pretty crazy. And it's really steady. The lowest I've seen so far is 13 ETH 3 days ago for 907.eth.
That was a nice snipe there compared to these other sales.
44 ETH for 044, 50 ETH for 066.
Damn.
Yeah, these are wild. So right now the floor is at 20 ETH for the 999 Club. I'm kind of scared to go first. Does anybody else want to get us kicked off on this?
I got it, man. I'm going to sell. I think just the fact that we saw those other offers going low, I think that's going to be a little bit of a signal maybe that floor will kind of drift down to be more in line with where a lot of those offers are. But I think we'll probably see some sales over that for sure in the interim. But man, I was spent like an hour yesterday digging into ENS and trying to find different things that I'm going to grab, and I didn't realize it. But man, anything 3-digit I think it was around 0.4 to mint. And so, I mean, these people that did that early on, like props to them, because I looked at a few of those early on. It wasn't 3-digit numbers, but just 3-digit with words. And I was like, nah, I just don't really see that. Like, I don't think it's worth the 0.4 to buy it. And man, was I wrong. Like that's really impressive that it's gotten this high.
And that there's so much volume. That's way more than I thought there would be.
Do you guys think it's a bubble for these, or do you guys really think that long term that these 3 digits are going to just keep going up?
Shoot, I don't know. I think long term, dude, that this could be one of your best plays. And just because it's so easy to remember 3 numbers, it's kind of like OG telephones, or like, in Dubai, if you've got it like an OG license plate, it's a small number. So like everybody's driving Lambos and G-Wagons and Rolls Royce out there. But what really separates you from the other dude in the Rolls Royce at the red light is the number on your license plate. And if you've got a lower number, you're more baller. So it's like,
wow,
it's a whole status thing. And I think that right now these are like area codes or favorite numbers or whatever the case might be. But very soon it's going to be a status symbol where, hey, look, you got a really cool Bored Ape, you got a Punk, you got this and that, but you got a 3-digit. And does your 3-digit low, or is it where you're from, or blah, blah, blah. So, in the next week or so, this is new. I'm just going to, I kind of want to sell just to keep my chances going, but I'm going to sweep these and take a risk.
All right. I like it. Kind of like on your point to those low numbers. We got like 044 right here. That's the one that went for 44, and 066 went for 50. I can almost guarantee those are some people in Dubai just from following Daniel Got Hits. He's always talking about the Dubai people buying the stuff up. So that narrative really, it makes a lot of sense right here. But I'm going to sell these. I think 20 ETH. I think some people will probably end up taking their profits this week, just seeing how low some of these other blue chip collections are. And I think they'll probably try flipping into them. So long term, I got to agree with you on these, Ty, but I'm not going to take the risk on a 20 floor for this week.
That's facts. Look, I'm just trying to extend this lead, and sometimes I just got to play opposites,
It worked for you last week.
Yeah.
But sell only. That was the play.
Yeah. As soon as I have one different move with you guys, I'm just gonna run it back the whole way. Whatever you choose, I'm choosing that as well.
Yeah, we'll figure out what the meta for sweep or sell is after a few more weeks of this.
Perfect.
But next on the list we got Moonbirds. Let me know if you guys are running low on time too. I know we already been going for an hour, so I don't want to keep you guys on here for too long.
No, let's run it.
All right, I'm good.
Cool.
I'm gonna buy because I might actually buy one of these today. I know they have some announcements coming. It's been just over a week, I think, since the CCO debate came up, and I think everybody has a short memory in the space. And I think again, that decision kind of changed their ceiling. I think they've kind of hamstrung themselves. There's some buyers and collectors that are never going to touch it again because of the perceived bait and switch. But that said, they have some big announcements coming up about all those other projects that we've been talking about, High Rise and Ravens. They keep on teasing that their announcements coming up, I think on Wednesday. And man, I have a big bag full of their merch, and I'm just like, man, I had so much fun at the party, and like all the wrong reasons to want to be into a collection. I am worried that if they get back on track, and when the market comes back, that they're going to shoot back in the stratosphere. And I will never pay 30 ETH for these. Like, the only chance I have to get back into this collection is now or lower. So I might just buy, man. And if I'm definitely buying for the sake of this podcast, but I might actually, put the ETH down and get in with the intentions to just sell right away if it dies. So we'll see.
Okay. I like the stop loss. Full disclosure.
Exactly.
He said he's sweeping, but I've got a stop loss.
Exactly. That's the exact right terminology, man. I need to set that. I think it might be 10. I'm willing to write it out a little bit, but I think that's what my plan is. Get in now. If it hits 10, then we're selling at the floor.
I like where you're at, Kaizen. I'm in the same boat, and that's exactly why I'm selling, because everybody has a short memory in the NFT space. And if my memory serves me right, the last couple announcements that Moonbirds made were all terrible. So I'm not putting any extra gunpowder in the tank, hoping that this announcement's anything different. I think between oddities, CCO, merchandise, like they've just been stumbling, and I don't have any reason to expect anything different from them at this point.
Man, those are really good points.
But I do like them long term. I don't just want to like shit on them and FUD their bags. I think that long term right now we're coming to somewhat of a dip. I don't know, but I'm also kind of now looking at like Doodles to see how low they've gotten, and like they were even pushing like low 7s towards 5. So I don't think any of that's out of the picture for a project once momentum starts going that way. But I do think at some point Moonbirds could bounce back and start heading in the right direction. It's just not going to be right now, unless that announcement is killer.
I think the momentum was a really good point on these. I'm with you in the sell boat on these. I think sentiment has been really bad just across the NFT market, especially with the Moonbirds collection. I don't think people look at these as one of those luxury assets like Bored Apes or CryptoPunks. So I think if the sentiment continues how it is, these things will just continue falling a little bit. I'm selling these at 12.69.
Man, I'm keeping my position on the buy, but man, just hearing you guys say all that, I'm getting like PTSD on all the bad announcements and the bad moves that they've made. I'm gonna have to really think about this buy. I mean, I'm looking over on X2Y2. I could get one for 12 right now. Man, I feel maybe I need to wait this out. I'm gonna really think about this. I'll let you guys know.
Yo, yeah, I mean, Kaizen, you're a phenomenal trader, fam. So, like, obviously trust your gut. But I also feel like if there's anything I've learned from you, you could probably chill for a second. I don't think there's any rush on this bottom, fam. Even if that announcement's going good, you can probably catch one post-announcement on the way up.
Yeah, that's true. And man, I agree though. I totally agree with what Paper said just about the luxury item. Like man, they just took so much shine off those last few moves. So we'll see. I'm keeping my buy for the show, but man, I think we do have some room to fall overall in this market still.
Yeah. And that goes for all these blue chips. Like there's no telling really. Like I'm hoping a lot of these bounce, especially mutants, right? Because that's my go-to. But
yeah.
Well, we're just going down the line with these blue chip projects right now. So I know, Ty, you had some thoughts on the Doodles. What do you think about a 7.3 floor price on them?
I think that's a big difference between the best offer and the floor price right now, like relative. I think this is a sell, and those are going to dwindle down just a little bit more going into next week. I think they'll get into the 6s.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm playing it the same way as I'm playing the Moonbirds. I feel like this is just their fall from grace as far as blue goes, and I think people will want to exit their positions. We've seen people selling for 6.53, which is lower than the best offer right now. So I could definitely see some other people following suit down there. I'm selling these. What about you, Kaizen?
I'm selling all the same reasons you guys said. Like, and really for any of these, man, you can pull up these what is it, the 90-day charts, man, and it's just like slowly slipping down. Like it's just, I think we're gonna just keep falling.
And I mean, to be fair, there's not too many 90-day charts looking so hot though either.
Not at all. No. And man, I almost bought one right after NYC. I think I mentioned that on the Spaces. Like it was around 15. I watched that video, man, their hype video with Pharrell, and I was really, really buying it. I'm so happy I didn't pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, same, dude. But again, that was kind of like like an announcement cascade, right? Like duplicators, they fumbled that. Whatever the Genesis box was, they made everything confusing. Like,
Yeah, they diluted everything, and man, another just lucky sell, man. I sold my duplicator at 3, and those are
hey,
under
Oh, that was great.
1, and I just didn't see it, man. I got very lucky. I mean, sometimes I get it right, but damn, I'd be upset right now holding that to below 1.
yeah,
Yeah. Prayers up for the Doodles community.
Right. And
For all the diamond hands out there.
Azuki, sell it, man. I don't like this project anymore. Ever since we learned out it's a serial rugger that's running this thing. I have no idea why it's still hanging up here in the blue chips. I think it's just another testament to people, just the hopium. When you're holding something, you see it very differently than you do when you're not. And I think it's just a lot of people bought in at really high prices and they just don't want to capitulate. And I think it's a sell for me. And again, feeling bad for that community too.
Yeah, for all the same reasons as you, I'm selling these. I think if you're still in this, you're dumb money, just straight up. And yeah, just cut your losses before it hits 0.
Yeah.
I'm selling too. There's nothing more I can add to that.
Man, and I do still think the art is cool. I think the traits are cool, but man, I do not want anything to do with Zagabond. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yep.
We can move on from the Zagabond slander, and but I totally agree. And that brings us to the last collection of the day, Bored Ape Kennel Club, 7.33 floor price. And just for reference, last week when we were looking at these, the floor on the Kennel Club was 8.79.
Damn.
So we are down. I think people were buying those up anticipating that announcement that we didn't get. And I think we only got 2 weeks left in August. So it's basically 50-50 chance on this if we're going to try to play the announcement news. And I'm going to take that gamble. So I would buy these at 7.33.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna buy. I think the people that were FOMO buying into that on the way up, they just didn't look as closely as paper. Yeah, it's supposed to happen anytime this month, and the window's gotten smaller. And man, that DMT that was on the floor was looking pretty nice with the slippers. I love that slipper trait. I used to be a Kennel Club aficionado. I used to have a real big bag, and that's one of my favorite low key merch traits. So I would probably buy that one.
There have been a lot that are selling under the current floor. Also, it's just something I was checking out. I think that a DMT one just sold for 7 less than an hour ago. There's a few others for 7, 6.77.
Bro,
so
look at
a decent amount of people trying to exit.
Man, I like that. I forgot what it's called, man. The bright kind of fluorescent green one. Those ones are really clean. I don't know if that
Like radioactive or whatever.
radioactive was that stolen. Like that's
Oh wow.
that's
Yeah, this is beauty. It's a beaut.
That's a nice one.
with the multicolor too. Like that, man. That's really really low price for that. So props to him if he didn't steal it.
Yeah. 10.35. It's audited, so who knows? It is on X2Y2. Oh, I see Machi Big Brother sold one of his just less than a day ago.
Interesting. The Galaxy.
Yeah, but Ty, I don't think I think we skipped you. But what would you do at 7.33 on these?
I'm selling. I think for some reason these guys were trending the other direction. They were moving up while most of the other stuff was moving down. And I think that what we're seeing here, and you guys just pointed out to me, is that mini dump is in full commencement. And next week we are going to be closer to 7 than we are 7.73.
Yeah, I gotta respect it. I think the Yuga thing to do if people know that they're coming out with an announcement this month is that they would probably wait until the very end of the month to just extend the hype out. I feel like that's what they always do. So yeah, if that's true, then Ty, you're probably going to be beating us on that trade because we'll probably not get that announcement within the week.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. You never know. It's a gamble. We'll see if it pays off.
Yep.
And I really love that you're tracking the results now, Paper. This is a much more serious section now. I'm coming after you, Ty. Nothing personal.
I see that. I see